Okay, this is the third part of the continuation of the tutorial. So once that is done, that's what I'm going to return. So this is going to return that information. Now you know what, now let's make sure. I wrote a bunch of code. I don't have any taste, which is not really good way of writing code, but I'm pretty sure this works. Let's build. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is something like this. So I'm gonna go into my view, which is where's my view? It's my default. This is only one view that I have in the index method right here. And let's say I'm gonna create a little markup here. Well, I don't really have to do table, but I just create a row here, boom, and cell, and this is where I would like to have my drop down list. Well, let's say select user role, something like that. In the second cell I will have a drop down td. Okay, this is here. I will be writing HTML drop down list, because I don't have any, because I'm not exposing any model to this one, so my model doesn't contain any my view doesn't contain any model yet. So I'm just going to use this one, but of course it's always good idea to use the generic version of the drop down list, because that has, so that you have intelligence feature and all the good stuff that the ASP.NET MVC has to offer. But for this demo, let's use the earlier version of drop down list. And you're gonna pass the let's say the name, which is DDL user role list, user role name or whatever, and option label, not really. So it expects some sort of enumerable of select list. You have two way of. I'm gonna use my binding drop down list. Is my helpers, enum helper, boom. Enum helper. So because better idea would be this. Let's go ahead and add this namespace inside here so that it knows what it is. I'm going to say using binding helpers. This is enum helper. Well, now enum helper is there, and then also I would like to have that my enum also. So I'd like to using this enum, so I can use both of them. Then I'm going to say enum helper. Yeah, this, and of course it has a static method. It name of this that, and of course you have to tell what kind of type it is. So I'm going to say user role. Doesn't take so I have to say what the T is. Right here, that's what I was looking for. So basically I'm saying, hey, okay, here's my enum helper. This is how I would like to bind. And then of course it might have additional parameter. If you like to pass, you can say additional HTML attribute. Let's say, oh, you want to have certain width. Let's say the style. I would like this to have 300 pixels, so it looks a little nicer, Okay, just that. And then if I run this one, you should be able to Yeah, for some reason didn't bind it. Enum helper. Oh, did I even return something? Because I know why. Because when I wrote that code, it was still returning. Yeah, I know why. The problem was, yeah. So work. Why it didn't work? Let's find out. Let's debug it. Okay, it comes in here. There are 5 of them, which is good. Go over each of them on each iteration. This is what I mean. If it doesn't contain, see, this is a bug right here. So I don't need to debug. That was why it was not really returning binding. I said, if it contains, because it doesn't contain, only if it contains binding, that's bad. See right here, you can see the space right here. Here's a space between project manager and that. So so idea is very simple, you know, like in big enterprise application, if you have noticed, like there is always huge amount of enumeration, so it's always good idea to bind your drop down list or whatever other controls that you can bind. You know, like if you're writing code in ASP.NET web form, it was very easier to do a binding, but this one is you have to write bulk of code by yourself in ASP.NET MVC. But however, the good thing about this one is, you know, ASP.NET MVC4 is you have so much flexibility in your hand. You can write code the way you want it. And look at the code. That's it. Isn't it lovely? I mean, like with this code, you can so neat. Look at the markup. There is no view state and all those things. All the crap is gone now. It's beautiful. It's nice. So this is one way of doing things. It's really cool. It's a lot easier. And so, for example, let's say, let's go ahead and add one more enum type. Let's say I would like to bind the user state as enum type. I don't know who would do that, but just for the demo purpose, let's go ahead and add a new item and go. Let's say US states. Boom. I'm going to go ahead and create a class. I'm going to create an enum, and this enum is inheriting from data type integer. Boom. And then let's go ahead and create Alabama. Start with 1. Alaska. Whatever. Sorry for my spelling. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona. Well, I'm not going to go through all of 50 of them, but just, you know, this, you know, if you need, then all you have to do is just add this enumeration, and they should be fine. Okay, that should be it. And then, you know, let's go ahead and make sure it builds okay. And then I'm going to go into my view right here, and let's say I would like to select user states. Now all I have to change this is this one right here. US is my enumeration, and it should work. And of course, you know, these you want to have user states. Boom. You want to have a different ID. Here is my, okay, I don't have it starting TR. Okay, now it should be fine. So now if I run this one, you will see a second row with isn't that sweet? Beautiful, see? It's very, very nice. And of course, this is the one way you can do it. The second way is, of course, you can bind to view bag in your controller. For example, let's say if you go into your controller method and right here, and you can, before you send this view to the user, or you can